Good morning, everyone. This is the Eminence Finance Community here back again with another video. And tonight, or I should say this morning because it's 3:43 in the morning, we're going to be doing a Thursday night football special. Yes, that's right, a special, because usually I do not do picks for Thursday games. I usually wait till Sunday. But we're going to do Thursday because I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. I'm in a special mood. So we're going to do a special thing for y'all. And shall we get started? Matter of fact, you know what? Before we get started, I would like to please tell you, I would like to tell you guys to please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that. The more the more subscriptions, the more likes, the more engagement, the better this channel gets, the more enthusiastic I get, the better the content, the better the everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'll appreciate you guys if you subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell to see future videos and updates when I post them. And I like to also briefly just talk about some of the affiliate links that I'll have below my description, which is the Chime banking account. If you click on that link and create a Chime bank account, you guys will get a $50 bonus if you set up a direct deposit to your Chime account, or if you set up any if you're working any one of these gig economy apps such as DoorDash, Postmates, Amazon Flex, Shipped, Instacart, etc., etc., etc. If you have a independent contractor job, gig economy job, or whatever, that you could just link the routing number to the app or whatever, you can do that too. You get the $50 bonus. You know what I'm saying? I will leave my link in the description, and I will also leave my Cash App link in the description to get an extra $5. I will also leave my current bank account app description. In the description below, and I'll also leave my Postmates. Sorry, I'm getting a little tongue twisted here. I'll also leave my Postmates link in the description below for you guys to get a free $100 delivery fee credit if you order your first couple orders on Postmates if you sign up to my link. I'll leave all of that in the description now. With all of that being said, all of that stuff out of the way, let's get down to who I think is going to win. I'm going to type in my predictions of this game as far as the winner, as far as who's going to score first, and all sorts of different things that you could do with live bets. And I just want to break down the injury situation between both teams. Let me just back out here for a second, and let me go to the ESPN app. Where's ESPN at? ESPN, I want to show you guys the players who's hurt. There we go. ESPN. Okay. All right, this is the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, Justin Murray, their offensive tackle's out. Jordan Phillips, their defensive end, is out. And Cody Peters, their defensive tackle, is out. And they have a couple of questionable guys here. Okay, it's not a real crazy injury list, but a couple offensive linemen could hurt the Arizona Cardinals in this game if with them not playing, because offensive line is the most important position in football, and when you have a tackle out, that can kind of make things a little rough. So we'll see how they do with that loss in this game. Okay, let me go scroll down to Seattle. I think Seattle also has a lot of injuries too, from if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Seattle has a lot of people out too. Quentin Dunbar, both their cornerbacks are out in this game, and they have an offensive line, actually two guards that's out, and a center, and a couple of backup running backs. And Tyler Lockett is questionable. That's one of their better receivers. Okay, so that's the injury situation going on there. I just want to real quick show you guys that. Let me go back to my notes, and okay, let's get this out the way. How do we get this out of the way? I don't want this in my way. Press back. All right, there we go. All right, you saw the injury situation. It's a little bit more significant on the Seattle side of things. And Seattle is missing two cornerbacks, and their defense has been struggling this year to begin with. They're actually dead last in total defense as far as yards given up. They're the worst defense in the league, and they give up about 29 points per game, which is porous to say the least. But they scored 32 points per game, which is only good for, I think, about second in the NFL. So they're scoring a lot of points, but they're also giving up a lot of points. And the Cardinals, on the other hand, has been playing somewhat decent defense over the past few games. But overall, their defense is ranked 20th. Their offense is pretty good. They score at least, I think, their scoring average is 26 points per game. I forgot exactly the amount, but it's around that neighborhood. They're one of the better offensive teams in the league. Kyler Murray's very good. Obviously, we already know about DeAndre Hopkins, and the list goes on. You know what I'm saying? They're a very good team, a very good young up and coming team. Now, the last time these two teams faced off, these two teams went to overtime, and Seattle lost a very bad game to Arizona. It was a heartbreaking game. They lost in the last seconds of overtime to a field goal, and the score was 37-34 with a Arizona win, obviously. But second time around, the game is going to be in Seattle. Seattle is 4-0 at Seattle so far. They haven't lost a game at home yet. And I actually think that's going to continue. You know, I think they're going to move to 5-0. So I'm going to say prediction will be the money line on the Seattle Seahawks. Money, let me type that in. Money line. Seattle. Money line Seahawks. Okay, so I think the Seahawks are going to win a very close game. Even with all the injuries, Arizona has a couple injuries on their side as well. But, you know, Russell Wilson, here's the thing about Russell Wilson. I know Seattle's on this 2-game losing streak, but they're too good of a team to, you know, lose 3 games in a row. And Russell Wilson's too good of a quarterback to continue to turn the ball over the way he's been turning it over. He had 2 interceptions, no touchdowns in the last game against the who they played again. I forget who they played again. The Rams. He had 2 interceptions against the Rams, and the Rams actually are a better defensive team than the Arizona Cardinals are. So I don't think he's going to have that bad of a day against the Cardinals secondary and the Cardinals defense. So I'm gonna look for Russell Wilson to bounce back in this game and throw at least 3 touchdown passes in this game, and possibly no interceptions. He's not gonna have any interceptions. He might have a fumble or might not. But, you know, I'm going to say he throws no picks, and I'm going to say he throws at least 3 or 4 touchdowns in this game. And he's going to throw for over 300 yards in this game. And, again, I got Seattle winning, so he's going to have a good game. He's going to have a great game. He's going to bounce back and right the ship. And what was I going to say? As far as the live betting situation is concerned, let me get to that real quick. I'm gonna just say this. Whoever wins the coin toss, here's what I suggest you guys to do. Bet on that team to score a touchdown. If they win the coin toss and get the ball first, whoever gets the ball first, bet on that team to score either a field goal or a touchdown on the first drive, because this is going to be a very high-scoring game because, again, Seattle's not a good defensive team, and they're missing 2 cornerbacks. And Arizona's a very good offensive team. And Arizona's defense, although they've been playing a little bit better lately, they're still not any elite defense. So expect, you know, Russell Wilson and company to go up and down the field on them, and expect the opposite to occur on the Seahawks. It's going to be another high-scoring game, just like the first time these two teams played each other. So whoever has the ball first, bet on that team to score. And I'm going to assume it's going to be a touchdown on the first drive from either one of these teams who gets the ball first. And let's just say that, you know, I'm wrong about that, and the team that got the ball first either, you know, kicked the field goal. I mean, no, not kick a field goal. Let's just say either Seattle or the Cardinals forced a punt on the first possession of the game, and nobody scored on the first possession. I'm going to say this. Bet on the team that gets the ball second to score a touchdown or a field goal, whichever you prefer. I'm going to say touchdown because there's going to be a touchdown scored in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be within the first possession of either team. If one team doesn't score on their first possession, the other team will. You could put that in the bank. That's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So that would be a very good live bet. And as far as I'm concerned, I think the score to end the quarter would be possibly 7-3 or 7-7 or maybe 10-3 or 10-7. It's going to be one of those types of scores. There will be either one or two touchdowns scored in the first quarter of this game. A lot of points will be scored in the first quarter, and a lot of points will be scored in the second half in this game. So I will also say a good bet to do will be to bet on the second half to be the highest scoring half than the first half, because I believe that's the way it was in the first matchup. I think that's the same type of thing is going to happen in this game. So that's my live betting options right there. You know what I'm saying? Now, what else I was going to say? As far as the ATS is concerned, I'm not really betting the ATS on this game. However, I will say that I'm going to bet on the Cardinals. If you're going to bet on the ATS, bet the Cardinals to cover the +3, because I really believe this is going to be a very close game. It could be a 1-point game, perhaps a 2-point game. I don't know, but nobody's winning this game by 3 points. I mean, over 3 points. You know what I'm saying? So I will say the underdog is going to cover the spread in this game, but I got Seattle winning. So my betting strategy will, if you think Seattle's going to win the game, I will say bet the money line on Seattle and hedge it with the ATS on the Cardinals, because I believe that's a very there's a good possibility that both is going to happen. Whereas Seattle wins the game and the Arizona Cardinals cover the spread. And if you can get an alternate line that's 3.5 or +4, I will say take the +4 or +3.5 on the Arizona Cardinals. If you can get that alternate line, you know what I'm saying, just to secure, more favorable odds. But yeah. I really think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I really think this is going to be a relatively clean game, not a lot of turnovers. I think Kyler Murray's going to have a good game. I think Russell Wilson's going to have a good game. But I just think Seattle is just going to do enough to win this game in the end and go to 7-3. Seattle actually should have won the first game that these two teams played against each other, but a lot of fluky things happen to get the Cardinals back in the game. Because if I can remember carefully, if I can remember this game from the first time these guys played each other, Seattle was up like double digits in that game, but Arizona came back and then they tied the game up in regulation, and then they went to overtime, and then they drove down the field and kicked the field goal. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to watch the replay over again, but I remember Seattle being up. I think they might have been up like 13-3 in that game to start or something like that. I don't remember, but they was up in that game. They had control over the game, but a lot of they just made a lot of mistakes, and Arizona capitalized on it. But I don't think this time around, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think the Seahawks are gonna win, and like I said, whoever gets the ball first, I think will score a touchdown on that first drive. And if that doesn't happen, then bet the team, bet on either team that gets to stop or whatever, and then has the ball, because I really believe that one or the other is going to score a point on their first possession. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bet on either team to score on their first possession is what I meant to say. So there you have it. This is my prediction. This is what I'm going to bet on. I'm going to bet on the Seattle Seahawks to win the game. Bet on the money line, and that's all I have to say about that. We'll see what happens on at 8:00 p.m. Eastern time. Hope you guys be safe and have a wonderful Thursday night football matchup. Have a wonderful Thursday night game, watching the game or whatever.